Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is your Vedic astrology coach Rahat Kapoor and welcome to my channel The Legit Astrologer. In my channel I make videos on Vedic astrology. I talk about transits. In the recent times I have made a number of videos which includes Jupiter's transit in the sign of Cancer that is happening on 18th of October. Today this video is related to Jupiter's transit in the sign of Cancer, which is its exaltation sign on 18th of October, and it is going to stay here till 5th of December. It is a short transit, a trailer for you, possibly what can happen after June 2026. In this video, I am focusing on Jupiter's transit over natal planets. If Jupiter is crossing over the natal planets, or if it is aspecting these natal planets in your chart, what is that you can expect? Whenever Jupiter is moving over natal planets or it is aspecting while making a transit, it is mostly a positive time period. So I have very little criticism or very little negative things to say about this particular transit because it's moving over in transit and also aspecting is considered most auspicious. Devaguru Brihaspati is the biggest and the most benefic planet at the natural level. He represents Jiva, which means all the living beings. He is the significator of the natural second house, fifth house, ninth house, and the 11th house that represents your family, your children, your finances, your dharma, bhagya, accumulation, and also wealth of all kinds. However, Jupiter is significator of the wealth of knowledge. Its exaltation transit puts Jupiter in great dignity. So this will apply in your case if you have prominent planets in the sign of Cancer, in the sign of Scorpio, Capricorn, and also in the sign of Pisces. Let us understand Jupiter making a transit over your natal sun, or if Jupiter is aspecting your natal sun. So if you have sun in the sign of Cancer, that means Jupiter in this short transit will be moving over your natal sun or Surya. Or else if you have sun in Scorpio, in Capricorn, and also in Pisces, Jupiter will have some aspect on it, which is very auspicious. So whenever Jupiter makes a connection with sun or Surya, we call it a royal lineage or it is a royal yoga. Now these two grahas, firstly they have a very friendly relationship. They are both Sattva Guna grahas. That means from a quality point of view, they are pretty much aligned and they're also in perfect harmony with each other. See, Sun takes about 1 year to cover through the entire zodiac belt. Jupiter takes approximately 1 year for a full movement from one sign to the other for a complete transit. And therefore, they would meet in the same sign after 12 years with regards to transit. So this opportunity is coming to you after 12 years when Jupiter will be moving over your natal sun. So whenever this happens, it brings in your use of wisdom when it comes to power, when it comes to authority. Sun represents your self-ego, your self-esteem, your self-identity based on the lordship of the sun. So firstly, if sun is in Cancer, it is a friendly sign for sun, but from an element point of view, it is Jala Tattva, it is watery element. Here, Jupiter is going to give a great boost to this Surya, so you could expect expansion when it comes to resources, when it comes to work-related matters, when it comes to your chances of getting recognized in the wider public, in the wider audience. The house ruled by Sun in your chart is going to demonstrate very positive results over the course of next couple of months. This transit over your natal sun could be very positive for your father because Surya represents your father as well. Surya is also the natural significator of dharma. So bhagya is being supported when it comes to dharmic activities. So this could make you more devotional. This is also very good for your personal health, vitality as well as immunity because this is also seen from the sun. Surya is the Naisargik Karaka or the natural significator of the Lagna, which is your self, your immunity, your vitality and your body. Now on the negative side, this could inflate your ego. You could develop a know-it-all attitude. You could naturally be in an authoritative or a dominant position. So as long as you practice humility, as long as you're nice and kind and courteous to other people, you have that respectful relationship, it is good for you. Otherwise, this could be detrimental towards your relationship with other people. If Jupiter is aspecting your natal Surya, so if you have Sun in the sign of Scorpio, which is a friendly placement for Sun, it is giving a great boost. So this will give you a lot of research based capabilities when it comes to your work, when it comes to expansive tendencies. So you could be recognized by the virtue of your research, by the virtue of the work that you do. You will get a renewed boost in your self-confidence, and in case you've been in a situation wherein you're staying in your shell, now is the time to come out in the open and leverage the power of your wisdom. Similarly, if you have Sun in the sign of Pisces, Jupiter will have a ninth drishti or ninth aspect in the sign of Pisces. Now, Sun in Pisces is a tricky placement because again it's a water element and the natural 12th sign, not the most comfortable, but again it's a friendly sign for Sun because this is where Surya will work in its optimum potential because it is in the Rashi of Dev Guru Brihaspati. This royal yoga is very much linked to your devotional capabilities. It will make you philanthropic, and when your expenses rise, you can expect a rise in your wealth, a rise in your income as well over the course of next couple of months. And if you have Sun in the sign of Capricorn, Jupiter will still have a 7th drishti on Surya. This is mere 25% aspect. It is not the most impactful aspect here, but Jupiter's transit will make a connection opposition with your natal Sun, which is again creating a royal lineage, a royal yoga. You could expect support from authority, leadership, or some influential people where you can make the most of it. Continue to strengthen your natal Jupiter, continue to use mantras related to Brihaspati to gain the most from this transit, and may you get the well-deserved recognition. One thing is absolutely certain, that you will see a boost in your self-confidence and for you to build your self-esteem. This is quite a promising time period. Let us now talk about if Jupiter is moving through your natal moon. So for those people who have moon in the sign of Cancer, or if you have moon in the sign of Scorpio, Capricorn and Pisces, because Jupiter will be aspecting your natal moon, what is that you can expect from an energy point of view? See, moon is your mind. It is your manasthiti, the state of your mind, your mental capacity, your ability to deal with shifting tendencies. This also brings movements. This also brings shift in life. Moon is also the Karaka for your mother. It represents compassion. And based on the lordship of the moon, if you are moon in Cancer, which means that moon is in great dignity, is it sitting in its own sign. And now Jupiter's transit over your natal moon will give it further boost. This time period is excellent when it comes to your image makeover. Because what will happen is you will gain a lot of mental strength. And when you gain a lot of mental strength, it does reflect in terms of the external image. So you're likely to go through some sort of major transformation or an image change. This is also going to be extremely supportive for your mother's health. If you have moon in Cancer, Scorpio, Capricorn or Pisces, you can expect some sort of development, positivity in terms of your mother's health and also your relationship with your mother. This transit is going to make you extremely compassionate because you will leverage the power of your knowledge, wisdom in doing compassionate acts. You will start building cordial relationship with other people. You will leverage the power of these relationships. Other people will reach out to you to get advice and they might share their emotional stories with you. So be prepared for listening to a lot of emotional stories and experiences of other people. Now, you have to ensure that you have some spiritual discipline. You need to protect yourself because you will hear a lot of negativity. So this is something which you should not attract to yourself because this could have an impact in your day-to-day life. This is a period of hope. This is also a period of movement because firstly, moon is in a movable sign and Jupiter's transit could create a movement. Now, if Jupiter is aspecting your natal moon in Scorpio, which is a debilitated moon, but post 3 degrees, when it is past 3 degrees, it is no longer in debilitation. This will give moon further boost in terms of at a mindset level for you to do some sort of research, some sort of development that you could expect in terms of you not staying in isolation, but being more self-expressive. This is a time period to work towards your dreams as well as aspirations. This also applies if moon is in Pisces, which again is a friendly sign for moon, and this would make you a lot more compassionate at the mental level. Hopes, dreams, aspiration, this is the key word in case your moon is in Scorpio, Capricorn or Pisces, because Jupiter will be aspecting the moon and giving it a natural boost. If you've been through any stressful situation, especially for Pisces moon, because Saturn's transit is also over your natal moon, this is a period of respite, a trailer of the kind of that you can expect in 2026 and 2027. You need to ensure that you have a lot of calm and peaceful environment around you. This is a perfect time to start any spiritual sadhana, yoga or similar practices that could enhance your mindfulness, that could give you further mental boost. And this time period will also build your intuitive capabilities, because see, moon is the significator of intuitiveness. A strong moon in the chart makes someone intuitive, also makes someone a healer or give some healing capacities. So this time period could be perfect for you to study about spirituality, about healing others, about certain practices, how you can enhance your intuitive capabilities. Now, intuition is something which is innate, but at the same time, this could be shaped by external environment. Regain your mental strength in case you've had some tough or challenging situations with regards to your mental state of mind, and work for the wider society with your compassionate attitude that you would likely to develop. This is an excellent time period for you and you must make the most of it. Jupiter over your natal Mars in the sign of Cancer, or Jupiter aspecting your natal Mars if you have Mars in the sign of Scorpio, in the sign of Capricorn, or in the sign of Pisces. This is applicable to you. So what is happening here? Jupiter is entering its exaltation sign of Cancer on 18th of October. It will stay here till 5th of December, a brief transit with the guide of possibilities that can happen between mid-2026 to mid-2027. So if you have Mars in Cancer, which is Neecha Rashi, or it is a debilitated Mars, unless you're getting cancellation of debility, if Moon is placed in quadrant houses, then definitely you're getting some support. Now, whenever Jupiter and Mars make a connection, they form a yoga, a yuti, by placement, by aspect, or by conjunction. There are blessings of Divine Mother. So this Mars is getting support in spite of being debilitated. There are blessings of Goddess Parvati, there are blessings of the Divine or Holy Mother. And you must look up to feminine energies, feminine support in your life. That is something which could be extraordinary for you. In case you're married, you'll get a huge support, especially if you're a male. You'll get a huge support from your spouse during this time. Mars is the significator of energy. So if it is placed in Cancer, Scorpio, Capricorn, Pisces, one common theme that you're going to experience is get a huge energy boost. Sometimes it could be very difficult to channelize this energy because Jupiter creates expansive tendencies when it comes in contact with a graha, when it is aspecting another graha. And this way you can leverage this in a positive manner by making a shift in your lifestyle, by changing your habits, changing your eating, changing your overall lifestyle, and focusing a lot on your daily routine. So if you've felt on the lower side when it comes to energy, you'll get a huge boost. This could be very positive for you in terms of channelizing your aggressive tendencies. See, because Mars is representative of anger, aggression, courage, valor. Jupiter is going to give that boost as well. So as long as you're able to take stock and take control of your anger, this could be good for you. Channelize these aggressive energies in interaction with other people, in influencing other people. You will have the capacity to influence very high level stakeholders and come in contact with some influential people. If Jupiter is aspecting Mars in the sign of Scorpio, which is quite a strong Mars in great dignity, it will give it further boost for you to build your self-confidence and take charge of your self-ego. If Mars is in Capricorn, which is an exalted Mars, this will really help you to move on a truthful path, to be very obedient, to be very diligent in your task, in your duty, what you do on a day-to-day life. And at a natural level, this can give a huge boost in terms of your career, promotion, or newer, better opportunities, and also in terms of your physical transformation. Similarly, the same applies when Mars is in the sign of Pisces, because it will have a 9th aspect of Jupiter, which is the aspect of implementing your knowledge. So you will be able to leverage the power of your energy. You will know how to use your energy when to use and where to use, and how not to waste your energy. This is also something which will be prevalent for you. Physical transformation will be quite exciting, and you will be very much inclined towards transforming your body through exercise. You would like to participate in physical sport. You will feel very much charged up through the day. Now, this could cause a bit of an energy overload as well, which you need to ensure that you channelize. So, for a brief period, this transit is giving you huge energy boost. You must worship a female deity, either worship goddess Parvati, Lakshmi, Durga, Shakti, and seek the blessings of the Divine Mother for your protection and for your well-being. Jupiter making a transit over your natal Mercury or Jupiter aspecting your natal Mercury. So for those people who have Mercury in the sign of Cancer, in the sign of Scorpio, Capricorn or Pisces, this segment is for you. So Jupiter enters Cancer on 18th of October, which is its exaltation sign. So if in case you have a Mercury placed in the sign of Cancer, so firstly it is an inimical sign for Mercury. Mercury doesn't feel at ease. Depending on your lordship, this could Mercury be in a yoga or in a not so good yoga as well. But what happens is when Jupiter makes a connection, a sambandh or a yoga with Mercury, we call it a Guru Shishya Yoga because he is Devaguru Brihaspati, and Mercury is the most ideal student. Mercury is a bachelor graha. And Jupiter believes in having family related matters, very focused in terms of family matters. Jupiter is the significator of all the spiritual knowledge, which is Paravidya. Mercury is an excellent student. So this time period, if you have Mercury in Cancer, Scorpio, Capricorn or Pisces, one common theme that you will experience is you will become an inquisitive learner. You will not think before asking questions, before seeking clarification. You will have a childlike mind. And when you have a childlike mind, your inquisitive quotient becomes very active. So you could be open towards learning different things and enhancing your skills as well at the same time. If Mercury is in Cancer, this time period could give a huge boost in terms of new work opportunities, new job related opportunities, because Mercury is the natural significator of the 10th house. Jupiter will be in great dignity. You must learn certain knowledge or skills which have a direct impact on your job. If you do that during this time, 2026 and 2027, you can have some work related long-term success. The power of wisdom is enhancing your management capabilities, your management style and your management skills as well. If you have Mercury in the sign of Scorpio, which is again a slightly uncomfortable position for Mercury, but briefly it is getting huge boost because Mercury likes to get influenced by other grahas. Jupiter is giving a fifth aspect on Mercury, which is the aspect of knowledge. So you will leverage the power of knowledge to learn new things, to improve your communication with other people, to not be very isolated, but coming out of your shell, coming out of your open and be a little more expressive or an extroverted person. Now, on a negative side or probably, bit of a criticism here is that you could develop overconfidence. You could become complacent during this time. Mercury also represents impulsiveness. So this will definitely expand your impulsive behavior. As long as you're not being impulsive about your wealth related matters, about your expenditure, it is good. Otherwise, it could be detrimental. In case Mercury is in Capricorn, which is 7th from the sign of Cancer, Jupiter will have a 25% aspect. Still, you will get a great boost because Capricorn is a friendly sign for Mercury. This placement makes someone a very good astrologer or probably very much inclined towards Jyotish Shastras or ancient knowledge as well. And I would highly recommend you to study certain subjects and try to build as much knowledge as you can during this time. Communication will definitely improve, and if Mercury is in Pisces, which is a debilitation sign for Mercury, the 9th aspect of Jupiter is giving it huge boost for you to implement your wisdom in day-to-day communication, improving your relationship with friends in case you've had any issues, any conflicts with your friends, with your wider social network. And this time period will also make you very helpful and hopeful, especially towards other people. You would want to lend a hand. From a remedial point of view, please help support children with regards to education related matters. Donate. Donation could be related to books, could be related to stationery or other items that are useful in educational pursuits. Depending on the lordship of Mercury, we should further have an assessment of results, but the houses ruled by Mercury in your chart definitely are getting certain boost. In the short run, you could expect quick results and this could lead to some long-lasting success for you. If Jupiter is moving over your natal Jupiter, or if it is aspecting your natal Jupiter. So this segment is for you if you have your natal Jupiter either in the sign of Cancer, Scorpio, Capricorn or Pisces. In case you have the natal Jupiter in the sign of Cancer, which means you have your Jupiter returns. This happens at certain ages, which is a milestone age for people. The age of 12, 24, 36, 48, so on and so forth. We go through physical changes, physical transformation, mental level transformation. It is a different set of maturity that we achieve when we have our Jupiter return. And life events trigger. So expect significant life events in your life as well to occur by the virtue of this transit. Though more results you will see between mid-2026 to mid-2027, but this is more or less a trailer of what you could expect. Since these are milestone years, personal success is guaranteed, particularly when Jupiter is making an exalted transit over an exalted Jupiter, which will give you a newer, better dimension of life. And even if Jupiter is aspecting your natal Jupiter, let's say by the 5th aspect, if you have a Jupiter in Scorpio, you will go through some psychological development to protect your mental health and to increase mental stability in your life. You will start valuing relationship. You will start harmonizing with other people. This will give you the power of wisdom plus maturity to deal with adversities and go through positive transformation. In case you have a Jupiter in Capricorn, which is a debilitated Jupiter, in case you're not getting a Neecha Bhanga, this time period you're getting support from any external blockages. Depending on the placement of Saturn, we can have further assessment of this result. Now these blockages could be related to people who are causing obstruction in your life or who've had an impact in your life. Now you will start moving away from such people and creating a new, much more positive dimension in your life and an excellent period to learn about new things, especially if you want to engage yourself in spiritual knowledge. Vedas, Vedangas, Shastras, Jyotish or astrology, this could be a good time period for you. And in case you have a natal Jupiter in the sign of Pisces, which puts Jupiter in very good dignity again, and the transit Jupiter will have a 9th aspect, 9th drishti, which is the aspect of implementing the power of knowledge or the kind of knowledge which will be useful for you. You will develop self-awareness. You will understand not only your key strengths, but how you can build on your strengths. And you could expect some sort of workplace development. You could build foreign connections depending on the lordship of Jupiter in your chart. So the houses ruled by Jupiter, that is the house of Sagittarius and Pisces. Wherever it falls in your chart based on these conditions, if you have a natal Jupiter in Cancer, Scorpio, Capricorn, Pisces, you can expect a huge boost with regards to the house Sagittarius and Pisces. Wherever it falls in your chart, you will have prosperous results over the course of next couple of months. Now this time period you have to be slightly cautious as well, because this could bring some external blockages. In case your natal Jupiter is weak in its strength, other people can overpower you, can create a sense of dominance or a negative influence on you. So you have to be very careful in your choices of people, selection of people. Try to stay with those people who you can count on, who you trust, who are your trusted advisors, and at the same time stay away from toxicity, stay away from negative people who could create blockages or certain sense of negativity in your life. You are definitely going to go through very positive, very optimistic transformation. This is going to give a huge boost in your knowledge, in your wisdom. Health is going to improve. In case you've had any issues, your vitality is going to improve, and you will have a renewed sense of optimism in your life. For the next couple of months, there is no scope, no place for pessimism in your life. It's a very forward-looking transit. It's a transformational time for your personal development and also for your professional growth. Now you have to be very cautious of the decisions that you make, of the choices that you make. But since you'll get a huge boost in terms of your confidence, I am sure that you'll make the right kind of choices. From a remedial point of view, continue to strengthen Jupiter by consuming food items related to Jupiter. This could be turmeric or saffron, or use mantras related to Brihaspati. A simple mantra, that is Om Guruve Namah. You can do it 12 times, or you can also chant Brihaspati Gayatri mantra for you to get the desired outcome, desired results. And may this renewed optimism fill your life with great capacity and good health and wealth. Jupiter over your natal Venus or Jupiter aspecting your natal Venus. So this segment is applicable for you if you have your natal Venus in the sign of Cancer, Scorpio, Capricorn or Pisces. So Jupiter will make a connection, sambandha with Venus. This is a yoga in transit. Because firstly, if Jupiter is moving over your natal Venus, if you have Shukra in the sign of Cancer, which is not the most comfortable sign for Venus, it is an inimical sign. But from a natural standpoint, Venus gains directional strength in the natural 4th house and it is Jala Tattva. So Venus here gives mixed results. But what happens is, if Jupiter makes a connection with Venus by mutual aspect or by conjunction, or when Jupiter is aspecting Venus, so in case you have Venus in Scorpio, Capricorn or Pisces, you will feel some similar energies. Now, Jupiter represents Paravidya, which is spiritual knowledge. Venus represents Aparavidya, which is all the mundane, practical level knowledge. So both are gurus, one is Deva Guru, the other is Daitya Guru. Both represent knowledge, but there is a clear difference in the kind of knowledge which they represent. Venus is all about very practical level knowledge that you can implement in your work life. Jupiter is very high level knowledge. Not everyone can have the capacity to learn that kind of knowledge. So what happens is, you will have a conflict in terms of achieving the best of two worlds, the best of the spiritual world and also the best of the material world. Such people can now have an inclination of learning about Vedas, Vedangas, Shastras, improving your spiritual knowledge, learning about spirituality, living through a spiritual life, and also driving a big car at the same time, or probably earning huge wealth, or being busy with relationships, family life and all the mundane things in life. So this does create a conflict between the spiritual and the material world, which you will have to cope up with. Though you will get, the best of both, you will have the possibility to probably enjoy spirituality and enjoy the material world as well. As long as you're able to strike a balance, it is good for you. This transit will also give you an immediate, sudden relationship boost. If you've had relationship issues, particularly if you have Venus in Cancer, this time period will bring in a sense of compassion and a great understanding with regards to your partner. In case you have Venus in Scorpio, which is again not the most comfortable sign for Venus, this transit will make you less secretive and more expressive towards other people. This is a huge opportunity to bring in a bliss or a sense of good environment in your marital life in case you're married. So especially those people who are married with Venus in Scorpio can expect a huge boost in terms of their marital harmony. If you have Venus in Capricorn, Jupiter is having an aspect on Venus which is about 25%. So in transit, they're sharing a mutual aspect, which is again giving a huge boost, giving you a mature level interaction with other people. This will make you very serious for relationships, very responsible as well. You will take your personal development in your own hands. You will be very responsible about your actions, about your personal choices, and you will do things in a very diligent manner. As long as you're able to manage the conflict energies when it comes to spiritual and the mundane knowledge, it is fine for you. In case you have a natal exalted Venus being aspected by an exalted Jupiter in transit, this is where you will feel the real conflict of becoming the best spiritual guide or a mentor or a very knowledgeable person, true knowledge seeker, and at the same time doing the best when it comes to the material world, when it comes to enjoying comforts, enjoying luxuries. But from a wealth creating point of view, this could be possibly the remarkable time period for you in terms of earning not only the wealth of knowledge, but wealth at the mundane level as well. So you could expect a huge rise in your income. Financial gains could be there on the cards in case your dasha antadasha is supportive. Continue to either strengthen Venus or Jupiter. That will be dependent on the lordship and who holds a benefic disposition in case of you being an ascendant. So in case you're a Capricorn ascendant or an Aquarius, Gemini, Libra, continue to strengthen Venus. In case you're Pisces, Sagittarius, Cancer, Leo, Scorpio, Mars ruled by Mars, Sun or Moon, then you continue to strengthen Jupiter in this case to get the best outcome for yourself. Jupiter over your natal Saturn or Jupiter aspecting your natal Saturn. So this segment is for those people who have their natal Saturn either in Cancer, Scorpio, Capricorn or Pisces. Jupiter will either be moving over your natal Saturn in this transit between 18th of October till 5th of December, or it will be aspecting your natal Saturn, natal Shani. Jupiter and Saturn share a friendly relationship and they are the natural rulers of the sign of Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius and Pisces. The highest Dharma, Artha, Kama and Moksha bhavas. These two grahas are not only the biggest grahas, but they are the ruler of the four Purusharthas or the pillars of life. Jupiter and Saturn, in a way that they make a connection in a chart by placement, aspect, conjunction and during transit as well, it is a natural Dharma Karma Yoga. So it makes you a dharmic person and at the same time it makes you a Karma Yogi. You have an opportunity to strengthen the pillars of your life. Your dharmic capability, your artha, which is about your work, your professional endeavors and your duties, Kama, which is about your desires, and also Moksha, about your spirituality. So this is giving you the power of wisdom plus maturity that can give you very good work-related growth and success. Saturn in Cancer is typically Raj Yoga giver if it makes a connection in quadrant houses or if it somehow makes a sambandha with Moon. It could deliver phenomenal results. Now Jupiter will further give it boost. So if you've faced issues in terms of battling enemies, legal issues, you could expect legal victories. You could expect winning over opposition, winning over enemies and winning over sorrow, because Shani is the Naisargic, natural Karaka for sorrow. He is a poor planet, he is a short planet, but he is full of desire. He wants to be rich, he wants to be tall, he wants to be good looking. And this is where he is giving you, Jupiter is giving you further boost to overcome your fears, your psychological fears, your inner fears, and have a renewed sense of optimism, which will also give a huge boost in your self-confidence. Saturn creates a lot of bondage because it's a cold planet. So if you have Shani in Scorpio, which is a difficult position for Shani, so for time being, it is helping you, Jupiter is helping you to move beyond this bondage and look beyond what you could in terms of building credible relationships, moving away from isolation, and of course stepping into a more, let's say, uncomfortable environment, but this could give you a huge boost when it comes to work related matters. If you have Saturn in Capricorn or in Pisces in Capricorn, Jupiter will have a 25% aspect on it because Jupiter is low on desire, but they're in opposition in terms of transit. This could make you a great consultant and advisor. Other people will come to you to seek advice, to seek guidance. And this is where you can again leverage the power of your maturity, wisdom, and offer the right kind of advice to people. You could become a problem solver. You could act as a consultant for your friends as well in order to resolving conflicts, in order to helping other people, mend their ties and resolve differences. And this is where you will act in a very mature manner. In case you have Saturn in Pisces, and Saturn in Pisces, in my opinion, does very well. Natal Saturn in Pisces, now Jupiter having a 9th drishti. You would want to learn certain things that you can apply at your work. So it's very good for workplace knowledge, very good for job change, and very good for getting into newer, bigger, better roles or opportunities. You could start a new line of business as well in case your ongoing Dasha Antadasha is supportive. So this transit definitely is giving you huge boost. In case you had some delays, Now is the time when you will see things moving a little bit fast with the power of your energy and also a renewed sense of confidence. Depending on the lordship of Jupiter, Saturn, you can continue to strengthen one of these grahas, but one thing is quite certain: the houses that represent Capricorn and Aquarius in your chart is going to get huge boost over the course of next couple of months. Jupiter over your natal Rahu or Jupiter aspecting your natal Rahu. So this segment is for those people who have your natal Rahu either in Cancer, in Scorpio, in Capricorn or in Pisces. So whenever Jupiter and Rahu, they make a connection, if they're conjoined in a chart, it leads to a yoga which is called Guru Chandal Yoga. There are a lot of myths about and a misconception about Guru Chandal Yoga. A Guru Chandal Yoga is not always bad. It could either be good or it will be bad. The basic principle is, if Guru is in greater dignity, better strength, it is a very good yoga to have. You could expand because Rahu would only listen to Jupiter. Jupiter is not the enemy of Rahu. There are a lot of misconceptions and confusion, all across there. Jupiter is the one who can only control all the negativity of Rahu because he is Deva Guru. Rahu does not have hatred towards Jupiter. Rahu apparently mimics Jupiter. He mimics the Jupiter's aspect, the 5th and the 9th aspect. He wants to be the best in terms of Gyan, knowledge, and have all kinds of wealth. So when Jupiter is moving over your natal Rahu, it is helping Rahu come out of negative dignity and be in a good dignity, because Rahu in Cancer generally is not considered great. This sign is ruled by Moon. It is a very compassionate sign. It is a sign which is about safety, security, and Rahu doesn't feel at ease because it does not want to stay at home. It does not want to stay in the comfort zone. It is all about consumption, bhoga. So definitely this is giving a boost. You will overcome your subconscious fear because this is something which Rahu represents. So if you have Rahu in Cancer, Scorpio, Capricorn, Pisces, and if you're going through mental health issues, if you're going through some sort of fear at the psychological manner, this time period will give you a huge boost. You will get some external support, either of environment or some people in your life who will help you sail through this time. Jupiter is very well taking stock of the situation and controlling Rahu. There is expansion and this could lead to amplified results as well. Jupiter rules Pisces and Sagittarius. Rahu co-rules the sign of Aquarius. Some school of thoughts also say that Rahu rules the sign of Virgo. So these two signs, wherever it falls in your chart, that house, the sign of Virgo and Aquarius, is likely to demonstrate very good, very impactful results over the course of next couple of months. And whichever house Rahu is placed, you could expect expansive tendencies. Whether it is Cancer, Scorpio, Capricorn or Pisces, you will expect some or the other results because the dignity is very well maintained. You will have controlled thinking, especially when Rahu is in Cancer. If Rahu is in Scorpio, which is again not the most comfortable sign, here Rahu is debilitated, it is Neecha. It also reduces the malefic qualities or the tendencies of Rahu. Jupiter now is giving further boost. It is very good for spiritual progress. You will progress very well spiritually and you will go through positive transformation. Rahu, if it is in Capricorn, and this is a time when you could expect phenomenal work-related, job-related results. So a job change could be there, or you could step into a bigger, better role depending on your ongoing Dasha Antardasha. If Rahu is in Pisces, Rahu in Pisces is falling on Guru's feet, on Jupiter's feet here. The sign is ruled by Jupiter. Jupiter in transit will try to give the right kind of knowledge to Rahu to help it channelize. It could help you bring some positive lifestyle changes. Now, in case you have a very strong Rahu or some negative yogas are there in your chart, this time period could be a little bit tricky for you. This could accentuate some negative results, some wrongdoings as well. Stay away from shortcuts, stay away from unethical means of earning income, unethical ways of doing things. Please stay away from indulgences, extravagance, and this kind of a lifestyle which could be detrimental towards your health and also towards your well-being, and most importantly towards your relationship with other people. If you want boost, continue to have good habits and of course continue to strengthen Jupiter in any manner that you can. Jupiter making a transit over your natal Ketu or Jupiter aspecting your natal Ketu in transit. So Jupiter is entering Cancer, its exaltation sign, on 18th of October. It is going to be here till 5th of December. It's a teaser, trailer of possibly what can happen after June 2026 when it makes a full-fledged transit. So in case you have natal Ketu in the sign of Cancer, Scorpio, which is its exaltation sign, Capricorn or Pisces. Pisces is also considered a good sign or a friendly sign for Ketu, where it feels at ease. This segment is for you. Whenever Jupiter and Ketu make a connection by conjunction or by aspect or some way connected in terms of placement or in a Parivartan yoga, it leads to a Parampara yoga. This yoga is related to lineage. It is very well connected to your past. So we grow up with very good foundation in our life. The roots are very strong here. See, because Ketu rules Moola Nakshatra, and Moola Nakshatra also falls in Sagittarius, and Sagittarius sign is ruled by Jupiter. So this time period, regardless whether you have a Ketu in Cancer, Scorpio, Capricorn, Pisces, one common theme that you're likely to experience over the next couple of months is very much related to building your fundamentals. You have to look back at your past. You will have to go back to your roots. Maybe you were doing something in the past that you were fond of, that you liked to do. You had some unfinished business. You were doing something, but you felt it to be incomplete. You're probably leaving some things in the past. Now you have to go back and try to improve. This could be related to your work. This could be related to your personal relationships. If you have this placement of Ketu and if you've struggled in your personal relationship, this transit will give you that boost, will help you overcome any isolation tendencies, particularly if you have Ketu in Cancer. You will also be inclined towards learning astrology, Vedas, Vedangas, Shastras. Because when it is a Parampara yoga, you like to follow a guru, you like to follow a lineage, you like to follow a very structured system towards learning. So any learning that you will engage in, make sure that it must have a structured approach and try to be as slow as you can. See, both Jupiter as well as Ketu, they are slow moving grahas. Jupiter usually takes about an year in making transit, Ketu takes about 18 months. You will also become more devotional. If you have Ketu in Pisces particularly, your devotional capability. Even in Scorpio, your moksha trine will be absolutely active. You will be very spiritual over the course of next few weeks. And you could probably leverage your isolation capabilities or isolative capabilities as well. You will also have the power to overcome suddenness or any sudden events in your life wherein you are getting some protection. This time period is also good because it will make you a person who is good with numbers, great in terms of commercial mindset. So this also is good because when you learn astrology, Jyotish, there's a lot of mathematics involved. It is a lot to do with numbers. So you will have great capacity to learn. So I would encourage you to incline yourself towards some of these sciences and delve yourself there. This time period, definitely one thing you must do from a karmic standpoint is to go back to your roots. In case you have Ketu in the sign of Capricorn, Jupiter is still having a 25% aspect here, which will give you a boost, which will build your psychological capabilities. And in a psychological manner, you will probably have a better work environment. And if you've probably had some challenges with regards to your mental health because of work, now you will see some sort of improvement, which will give you a feel-good factor and of course a feeler of what possibly can happen between 2026 and 2027. Continue to strengthen Jupiter, continue to worship Lord Shiva to maximize positivity in your life, and my best wishes for you. So friends, this was yet another unique video of Jupiter making a transit over your natal planets or aspecting your natal planets. Once again, Jupiter, whenever it will make a transit over any of your natal planet or it is aspecting any of the natal planets while in transit, it will always give you positive results and very limited negativity is something that you can expect. I hope you like this video. Stay tuned for more such videos on my channel. Thank you very much. God bless you all.